Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Podium for episode 7. Today, we're going to have on a very, very, very special guest. We have multiple time world champion, multiple time European champion, world games champion. This guy's done just about everything there is to do in powerlifting. Kjell Bakkelund. How you doing?
Hey guys.
So, I we've been very excited to do this one for a while.
Yep.
Um, you're kind of someone we've all been looking up to. I think a lot of people in the powerlifting community are looking up to you now, especially with the Sheffield announcement, but we'll get into that a little later. I think to start, we kind of just want to get to know you and how you first got into powerlifting. I saw on Open Powerlifting your first meet was in 2007, I believe.
Yeah,
How
it's true.
how'd you kind of get introduced into the sport of powerlifting?
Uh, on that time, I didn't think that YouTube had started yet. Actually, I think it was before YouTube. I was on a forum and people were talking about the national record. I've been training for almost 2 years at that time or something. And when I started, I was 40 kilos when I was 17, and I benched 40 kilos. When I was 18, I weighed 80 and benched 170. So I kind of knew that I had some talent in the bench. And then at the forum, people were talking about the national record in bench, and it was with shirt or the equipment at this time. So I just had to try it. Send an email to the club and just asking if my numbers were good enough. And they're like, it really doesn't matter what your numbers are in the start. It matters what you can end up with, right? So came to the club, was trying to take the record. Think I was think I was when I was joining the club, I was trying to take the bench record. It was 182 or something in the 75 kilo class. I weighed 76, and I tried for a whole week to go down that kilo. I was walking for hours a day, but I were probably ate like shit, right? So I think I weighed in 75. I couldn't make or 76. I couldn't make the class. That was start, and I didn't bench 182 either. So yeah, wasn't the greatest start, but still okay.
Wow.
Better than most.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's true. That's true.
So you said you benched 170 when you were 18.
Yeah.
Was that with equipment?
No, that was without.
Wow,
Jeez.
that's crazy.
I was probably training like 6 days a week at that time and 4 hour sessions, and yeah, that was yeah, it was a crazy time. It's probably like how you guys can live your life, right?
Not really. Not really. Not for me.
No.
Maybe Austin. I don't know.
When I think I don't even remember when I was 18. I don't remember
Wasn't
how
that
old I
2 years ago?
was. What's that?
Wasn't that 2 years ago? You were 18?
Yeah, I don't remember what my bench was at that point. It was like probably like 300 pounds.
Yeah.
My, I
That was
think
so good.
my best bench as an 18-year-old was like 270.
Yeah.
Or like sorry, 122 and a half.
Yeah. But
Noah's,
my squat was like 160 and my deadlift was under 200. So yeah, I'm a bencher.
yeah, it's like Noah.
Yeah,
What?
no,
Not
you're such a
a
bencher.
bencher.
Yeah, you're a bencher.
I just bench more than Asante.
Yeah, no, that's cool though. So it's
Yeah.
been so 2007 was your first meet.
Yeah.
What was the first year that you went to Worlds?
2009. So I joined. my first meet was 12th of December 2007, and after nationals in 2008, in the end of 2008, I got to qualify for national team. I think I needed 660 back then in the 82.5 kilo class. So my first, I think it was Worlds in 2009 in Brazil.
Okay.
Nice.
Wow.
I
Is
have
that
a I have one quick question.
Yeah, cool.
It's just a little off topic, but I know that you have like a good deal of experience in equip. So I just wanted to ask you, like, what's the biggest difference between equipped and raw, would you say?
Yeah, the biggest difference is probably the pain
The
and all
pain.
the yeah pain from knee rest, pain from the suits. It's like everything you do is like it's awful. It's it's a crazy thing, really. I think that to get the squat suit to work, so you can get like 100 kilos off the suits, I think that's the biggest part. Because I
Mhm.
lost kilos on the deadlift, and the bench is hard as well, but it really depends on how you build. If you're if you build like Austin, like tall and skinny, you really don't get much out of the bench shirt. And I really felt the difference from when I was an 83 in the shirt versus the 74. I was so much better when I was fatter.
Okay.
But I think it's raw is easy, right? It's really like you just put on some sleeves and a belt and you just lift. It's really easy. But on equipment you never know, right? And before a competition you never know actually what will happen. You can bomb the first two lifts and it doesn't look like you have a chance, and the third lift it could be really easy. So it's unpredictable that way.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard anyone call me tall before, so that's crazy.
I've never seen it in real life, but you're taller than me, so everyone is taller than.
Yeah, I'm like the shortest one out of us three, so
Yeah.
yeah. So for
How tall are you?
I'm 5'5". I don't know what that is in
that's like
uh
165 centimeters, 166 centimeters, maybe.
okay.
Okay, but that's tall for a 66,
How tall are you?
150. So that's probably I don't know in feet. Uh, I have it there.
Hmm.
4'9".
Hmm.
4'9".
Yeah.
What's so back to the equipped lifting,
Yeah.
competing wise, is there a difference in like the way you go about attempts, like attempt selection, or is it pretty similar to raw? Or
Yeah, it's pretty similar, but you can adjust more for the attempts.
okay.
So yeah, if you have a hard first lift, you can do some adjustments and put on 10K. So yeah, it's kind of the same, but yeah, maybe a little different. But yeah, I'm just so happy that I'm finished with it.
I'm sure there's a lot more like technical problems in equip lifting too compared to raw.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
the problem is really one thing is to be at competition when you have adrenaline and everything feels good, right? And you lift the medals. But coming home from work and going to train in your basement with like the shirt and everything hurts, and yeah, it really sucks. It really
Yeah.
sucks. You need to have some kind of extra motivation to get through that.
When do you think you'll ever lift equipped again, or do you think you'll always stick with raw now?
I think it will be wrong. Just so much has happened with the raw lifting, right? It's getting so big, and all the focus, all the media, all the lifters, all the competition. Like the competition now in the equipment is so it's high maybe for the first and second maybe, but still, yeah. I think I needed eight. I think I needed, yeah. In the 74, I would probably get third place without using equipment.
Oh,
So
wow.
wow. That's
that's not that
crazy.
good.
Hmm. What year was your last equip to meet that you did?
Last year, 2023. This
Oh,
was
really?
6 or 7 weeks before Malta.
Oh,
Wow.
okay.
Yep.
Then I lifted on the Europeans, equipped in the 83 kilo class.
Wow. From 83 to 66.
Yeah, I was 88 or 87 at most. So
That's crazy.
Dang.
Got to 88.
yeah,
That's insane.
I was kind of stocky then.
Is that the heaviest you've been?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it was 2014 or something. And I think I was in September last year. I was 84, 85 before I began the cut to the Europeans in Estonia.
With with your body, how does it feel cutting down? Like, do you feel comfortable like sub 70 kilo?
And now I feel really good. I never felt better than now. So
Oh wow.
66 for me will probably be a really good class for me to be in. The only thing is that I like to eat. I like to, yeah, I like to eat 5,000 calories instead of, yeah, nothing like now.
But
What
your
what are
body
your
feels
What?
but your body feels good overall.
Yeah, yeah, it feels really good.
Oh.
Feels really good.
May I ask, what are you like? What are you eating? Like, what's your daily caloric intake look like right now?
It's like 1,003, 1,004.
And
Wait, are you serious?
starving.
Yeah, yeah. Trying
Oh
the best
my.
I can to just eat something that, yeah, feels.
What do you eat? Like what kind of foods? What's your day look like with like you skip breakfast or how do your meals line up?
Always at breakfast at work. It's almost the same every day. It's ground beef, potatoes, in some kind of tomato sauce with some onions and yeah, just things that doesn't really have calories.
Hmm.
And then it's dinner. That's it's some kind of ground beef or chicken. If I eat chicken and rice, it feels I just I just starve. So I just need to eat potatoes instead, just to feel like I've ate at all. And probably a protein shake. And it's kind of hard because I want to eat like 800 grams of chicken, right? Not 200 or 150 grams. So
yeah.
it's kind of insane that it's kind of insane that it feels so good when I eat so low or so little.
Especially when you're used to eating so much too.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
After Worlds last year, I was 73.5 on Wednesday, and then I lifted that national equipped. Yeah, that was actually the last national equipped was 3 or 4 days later. I was in at 79.5. So I like to eat. I really like to eat.
after Sheffield, you're gonna be up back up to like 80 kilograms.
Yeah, probably. I ordered that someone is going to bring me a pizza right after the lifting is done.
I saw you put on your story that you were looking for a good pizza place in Sheffield. Did you
Yeah,
did you ever find one?
yeah, I found one.
That's
Some
good.
it was yeah, it was some Italian restaurant close, so it would probably be from that place.
Do you
So
Excellent.
what's that, Noah?
sorry, what's the travel like from Norway to England? That's not too far.
No, it's I think it's 2 hours or something.
Mm.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah. So I think if I leave her from here like takes me 30 minutes to the airport, then 2 hours by plane, and 2 hours again from Manchester to Sheffield. So it's not a bad trip at all. The
Wow.
Yeah, really easy one.
You were there this year, weren't you? Because you got the
Yeah,
reserve spot.
yeah,
Okay. Yeah, that's a. Were you at the first Sheffield?
yeah. I was coaching Bonica at that time.
Oh,
Oh,
really?
really?
Yeah, so that was an amazing experience. I was not in the raw lifting back then, really, but I've been coaching her for many years, and I really wanted to go just to see what this is. And yeah, this was really cool.
How long have you coached her for? I didn't know you had anything with her.
In 2018, I think.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Hmm.
Jinx.
Yeah, so so yeah, that was cool.
Yeah. So
So,
do you do you think it's gonna feel, how different do you think it's gonna feel now? Because I mean, you've kind of gotten every aspect of it then. Like you coached for the first one, you were watching for that one, and now you're actually getting to compete in this next one coming up. How different do you think it's gonna be actually competing?
I think it's going to be a really different thing because, like, on the first Sheffield, just by walking out with her when she was going to lift, I've never felt that feeling before. And it wasn't full the first Sheffield, right? The stadium or the arena, but still it was so insane. I didn't really want to go back, right? I wanted to lift. I didn't want to coach. I just wanted to lift myself. And I've been to many meets and many big meets. Been to two worlds that we had here at home. So with like maybe 1,500 people coming there to see me trying to win. So I'm used to that people, yeah, expecting me to win, and yeah, people are there for me, right? And just by being there and just see all the people, yeah, it's really crazy. I really didn't felt the same way when we were there the last time because I was sitting in front to
Mm.
watch it.
hmm
But it was really cool as well, right? But it was a different feeling because I knew then that it should have been me who was there. Delaney was talking about he was so close to just say, I can't go. And I think that if I was going to that Sheffield to lift, I would probably won because I did 8:15 at Arnold's 1 month later or something.
hmm
So that kind of sucks, but yeah, I got a second chance.
Yeah,
Yep.
a better chance.
Yeah, it looks like you have a better chance
Yeah,
now.
yeah, probably. But last time or this year they broke it by like 1%. So yeah, but of course it's a better chance now.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's crazy that Delaney was so close to pulling out, and then he got like third, didn't he?
Yeah.
hmm
Yeah, wow. Hmm. So I think on the topic of Sheffield, what we on the last podcast we were kind of debating what you would total. What's your big goal for Sheffield? Like obviously to win, you want to win. Um,
But I
what's kind of
haven't.
just the big
But I
goal?
haven't. I really haven't heard. Is that the episode that hasn't aired yet? Because I haven't
Yeah,
heard
yeah, it hasn't been
your
out yet.
episode. Okay, can I hear your first?
So we were kind of debate. We all said that you'd be around I think 790. Um,
Yeah.
but I think we were kind of talking about like debating if you would go lighter to do like 750 or 760 to give yourself a better chance next year again too. Um, but I think we all kind of decided that going for the big 800 is just a better idea anyways. So we, at least I thought that no matter what your third deadlift is going to be for 800 kilograms or more. They might have
I like
different
that.
thoughts, but that's what I thought is you'd be
Yeah.
going for 800.
Okay, that's one of you. Now let's hear the next one.
Yeah. So, oh, go
I
ahead.
was thinking around.
Be honest. Come on, give it to me.
Okay. Okay. Do I think that you're capable of doing 800 as a 66? Yes. But I was thinking that like maybe you would kind of take it easy this Sheffield to save some juice for the following. But then Austin kind of had me a little convinced that you would just go all out. So I kind of just like settled around like that 790-ish range. That's where I am expecting you to be around, I guess. If that's the answer you wanted to hear.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Noah?
Yeah. So, yeah, I thought that you'd go for the biggest total possible, just because we were all three talking about how you never know when your last big, like your last chance is to hit X number, right? Like you can only hit such a big total a couple times. Um, so if that chance is there, why would you miss out on it? Just for next year to maybe not be there. If it's there, and you're at such a big stage, I would think that you'd take it. So, yeah, I thought you'd be up high 790s, potentially 800, right? I mean, so
Yeah, that's really on the spot there. It is because it's like what you said. Maybe the smart thing will be to hold back, do the 750s, get to 5%, and probably be enough to win. But like, I'm 36, 2 kids, 2 jobs, a really hectic life, right? And yeah, you never know if I get the second chance. Like this year, I have a big chance. Maybe next year, Austin comes and do 850. You never know, right? So I just think I will do the same as Jesus did the first year. I think there's something inside of me that just want to show that I'm one of the greatest lifters. I'm not the lifter that people talk about because people talk about hack, people talk about Taylor, Perk, everything, right? And I've always been in the shadow of all the greats. And if I come there and do 800 or 800 plus, it will be, yeah, legendary.
yeah, it'll
Yeah,
be hard to argue that
yeah.
if you hit
Yeah.
866. It's so far ahead.
Yeah, we were kind of talking about that on
Yeah,
our previous recording. Um, I was kind of saying that like if you were to win Sheffield, I think that would have to put you into that GOAT conversation because if you look at like your entire resume and then you add like a Sheffield win on top of that, you would have like, in my opinion, the most complete resume of any lifter in the IPF. There would be like no major meet that you hadn't won before.
That's true. The only thing I miss is the World Games Classic,
Mhm.
Hmm.
but hopefully at World Games this year I can't go in the 66-59 class. I have to lift against Perk. But if I weigh in at 66 point, yeah, 1, I can still get some good lift points.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because that's
So
only on like coefficient score, right? It's not off of total.
yeah, yeah,
oh wow.
Hmm. So is that the main goal for Sheffield then is 800?
yeah. But it's kind of hard just to. I don't want to like say that 800 is the max either because I've been through this so many times in my head. Like, what can I do? Like one thing is what you believe you can do, but what I actually can do. And I just feel so much. My deadlift feels so much better now than in the 74. My bench is feeling really good. I can't believe that it's feeling so good after losing all that kilos. And my squat maybe lost some, but I don't think that I will squat under 270. So it will still be a good squat.
yeah.
Yeah, I won't lie. When you first announced that you were going down to 66, I had you at like 740 to 750, and that is
Yeah,
not what I think anymore. Especially after seeing your last the 797 that you just did.
yeah, and
That's
that
crazy.
wasn't, and I was kind of disappointed after that session
Disappointed.
because yeah, because the week before I was just doing some. It was heavy, but it was still the meaning was it to be a light, just do like 5 reps kind of training. I did like 5 reps on 240, 4 reps on 190 in the bench, and yeah, 4 reps on 300 or something in the deadlift. I really no, and at 280. So I was I felt so good that week, and after training light a week, I really didn't recover enough. So I felt like if I had the session I had last or this weekend, if I had that last one, it would probably be a lot more because I really felt it on 120 kilo squats. That yeah, okay, this doesn't feel that great. So
Wow.
Mhm.
that I can squat 260 on a day that doesn't feel that good. Yeah, that's a good thing.
So you
Yeah,
could,
that's more than a good thing.
yeah, you could be looking
Yeah.
at all four records then, like squat record, bench record, deadlift record, and total record at Sheffield.
What is the
Bench
bench record?
will like that 213.5.
13.5.
Yeah,
That's
it's
by Eddie, right?
yeah, so it's a little high, but for me to do that, I have to start on like 200 bench or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, you never know, right? When you're there on the day, even if I do, even if I do 780, I will still be satisfied because I know that the next year I will be able to do even more. When I lift at World Games, I will be just super light 74, so I can go all out there, right? Try to do 840 there or something, just to beat Perk. Like everything is possible.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think the thing about me is that I have never had like people are dreaming and people are dreaming, but I will always been dreaming really big. When I lifted at my first meet, I was sad because I didn't do the national qualify. So like when I was going at my first worlds, I wanted to do 780 and I ended up with 740. It's like every time I have big dreams, and I've showed every time that I can get to my dreams.
hmm did you ever think you'd get to this situation or this level when you first started competing?
Uh, I didn't think so, but one of my first coaches, who was the national team coach, I think I was there for maybe a month, and he was like, "You're going to be world champion one day." He was really early on that one,
Wow.
and yeah, 4 years later, I won my first worlds for the juniors. So yeah, he always believed in me, and after getting that first win, I would just yeah thinking that sky is the limit.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, that
beautiful.
makes sense. Yeah. I think something that I think our next podcast that's coming out is we talked about a lot about like young lifters and why they burn out and quit the sport. And we see it a lot where, especially with young kids, how they'll join the sport and have these huge expectations and not reach them within a year, or they expect to be a world champion at like 19 years old, 20 years old, and when they don't reach those goals, they kind of just quit. Um, what has
Yeah,
kind of been your motivation to stay in the sport for so long and just look long term?
I just think that you can always lift more. A world record isn't really like it's really not a limit. People are thinking that you just have to have the world record and that's the limit, but just because nobody else have lifted over 710.5 in the 66 doesn't mean that it's not possible, right? So I think for me, it's always been about just trying to be stronger. You can win the worlds, but that can be because there ain't nobody there, nobody. And I've seen for so many years that there's so many lifters that, yeah, they won their first championships and then they get to juniors or they get to open and they're starting to lose, and then they just quit. It's so much easier to when you can just win, right?
Mm-hmm.
And in Norway, we had uh, this is many years ago, but we didn't send sub juniors because uh, the level there was so low. So when there were people coming there, they won sub juniors, and then they started to juniors and lost. They stopped doing it.
Mm.
And we want to have people that's been doing this for who will do this for many years. That was important for the federation because we're not that many lifters. Like you talked about the podcast here the other day that Sweden had 9 million people. We have like 4.5 or 5 million. So yeah, we ain't that much people.
Yeah.
So yeah, when we have someone good, we'll try to keep them, right. I've seen so many people that when people are talking about him now, it's like, whoa, yeah, I forgot that person. He was really good. He was one of the biggest talents. I wasn't the biggest talent when I was starting, but I'm just so stubborn. I just keep on going.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think that's a good mindset to have. Don't really don't look at the world records or even the wins necessarily. Just try and be as strong as you can. Have the highest total you can.
But that's the only thing that counts really, because when when I'm leaving the sport, I don't know when that will be, but I want to I want to know that I gave it my all. I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to lift as much as possible, try to win as much as possible. Like for me now, it's just trying to get the most out of the last years, right? I can probably lift for 10 more years, 20 more years. I don't know really, but I would be dumb not to take my chances, as for example at this Sheffield.
Yeah. Yeah, even Asante, me and you were talking the other day about you going to nationals and how you said like you're not looking at the placing, you're just trying to do the highest total you can, and if you go 9 for 9, have the best training you can, and you lose, then you still know that you like did the best you could. I don't know. I think like
I mean,
you,
and yeah, if you do your best and like if you're able to squeeze out the best that your body is able to give you, then you can't really be upset with the result. That's all you had. So like,
Yeah,
what
that's
is there
true.
to be upset about?
Yeah, it's like if you want to like say if you're totally 600 kilos, do
Hmm.
you want 640 and get sixth place, or you want 590 and win?
Yeah.
I'd rather have six
Because you,
forty.
Yeah.
yeah,
640.
because if you do like 640 meets time after time, it will come one day that you will win with a
Hmm.
huge total as well. I think that so many people are focusing so much about like how to get the easiest way to win.
mm,
And for a lifter like me who's been through 83 and won, did everything in 83, everything in the 74. Now for me, going 66 is just a new challenge. Just cool. I don't know if it will be good, but I will try.
Hmm. Yeah, that reminds me of some people with dual citizenship here in the U.S. They'll
Yeah.
look to their other countries because they know it's easier just to get to Worlds.
mm,
And I think us three have talked about how where we wouldn't want to get to Worlds that way just because it was easier for us that we'd want
Yeah.
to earn here. Um, so
You
I
guys are
just
so lucky that you're so lucky that you have so much competition in your country, right? Like
Yeah.
for me, I had competition in 2008, and since then I got like probably 19 or 20 national titles, and I haven't really worked for any of those. So it's just there's so much cooler that I wish for so many years that I was lifting in the US,
Yeah.
even with equipped for because you were a great equipped nation once, so you had a lot of great lifters, and
Yeah.
just lift at nationals. Yeah, that would be cool.
That
I really want to do that sometime as a guest lifter.
yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, bro.
But yeah, I think that brings up just a really good like perspective where there's so many people that I mean, I think we've even talked about how like, oh, you know, how cool it would be if we were born in a different country so then we could make it to worlds. But like when you look at it the opposite way of like it's a blessing that we're in America because we have the tight battles right here. Like we can go to
Yeah,
nationals and see top talent. And I think that's just a good way to look at it instead.
Yep.
yeah, and you can see as a lifter as me that I could choose the easy way, just continue doing equipped, win title after title. I talked to it with my wife before I choose to go only for the row lifting. That do I want like 10 world titles as equipped, or do I really like try to fight for the medals that actually mean something?
Mm.
And there have been so many comments that people are saying I'm running away from Perk, and I really don't. He's an incredible talent. He has time on his side. He's probably the biggest talent we've ever seen, right? And I tried to lift against him. Uh, he did beat me, but it wasn't that. He didn't beat me by 100 kilos.
Hmm.
It's not impossible for me to take Perk, but I think everyone in my situation would choose the 66 to try to win Sheffield.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. It's just part of the strategy, part of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. And I think it's really important for people like you and Perk to push weight classes. So like you coming into the 66 weight class really pushes the 66, like everyone else there, just because you're putting the ceiling so high. Because like before like when you first said you were gonna move, we thought maybe 740, 750, right? Kilo.
yeah,
Because that's what we thought is like possible. Because
yeah,
we've seen Dan Clements kind of flirt with that number. But
yeah.
you coming in, I think, is really important for the sport, for those lighter lifters, and for other weight classes too, that you could really push the limit far. Like it's not what we think it is now, because every year it keeps changing, right? So
Yeah. Everyone thinks 710 is the limit. Or what you said, like Dan Clements did 745 or 740.
Hmm.
Something like
So
that.
people were like, so maybe that people think that is the roof. But like if Turk went down to 66, he will also do like crazy numbers, right? And Austin as well, right? Just to give you some more years, you will also do like you're already doing crazy things, but you're still young, right? So
Mhm.
yeah, when I will go in there and do let's just say 780 to 800, right? I think that will bring the class up by probably 30, 40 kilos.
I agree.
Yeah. Yeah. I think
yeah,
750, like right now, no one's done 750 yet at 66. And I think just from what you're about to do, there's going to be a ton of people over 750 pretty soon.
yeah,
I think it's the same with. I'm really excited to see the 74 like next year because before I went up to the 800, nobody was touching that.
Hmm.
Like Perk did, of course, and Taylor did in the US, but people didn't do that at Worlds. So when I did that, it made people thinking like, oh, of course everyone can do 800. So I think that next year maybe we have two, three more people doing 800.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't be surprised at all.
Yeah.
I think what you're gonna do to the 66 is similar to what's happening right now in the 83s, or we're seeing like just a bunch of guys just out of nowhere like crack past that like 840 range. One before that was like, I mean, that was like the world record at one point just 2 years ago,
Yeah.
and now it's like pretty standard. So I
I
think
think that
that's
when Jurgens did the 845, people are just like, oh, okay, you have to just lift this much. And then like Joe came in, Russ had already done 860, but like everyone is now is people are talking about 900 as it will be easy, right?
Hmm.
yeah,
900 is nothing anymore, and that's crazy. But
yep,
yeah, I don't. Maybe Bornstein will do 900 next year, but yeah, maybe not.
Yeah.
Let's see.
That's what we have predicted as a little bit over 9. If he has a perfect day, we think a little bit over 9,
Yeah.
which would be
yeah.
really good.
I think out of the
We have
83s
a
right now,
perfect day.
he's the one with the best chance.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, yeah, by
Yeah.
far.
Yep.
It's gonna be
He's got.
cool with what was
Go
that,
ahead,
Mo?
Austin.
Oh, I was just gonna say I think it adds like another layer to Sheffield almost for people in America because with how close Nationals and Sheffield is, I don't think a lot of people are gonna do both. So someone like Russ, like obviously he wants to put up a good total at Sheffield to place well, um, but it puts his opportunity for Worlds on the line next year. If he does bad at Sheffield, someone else is gonna take his spot for Worlds. And if
Yeah,
he does do like 890, then Bornstein, Delaney, all these other 83s at Nationals, not only do they have to win, but they have to beat Russ's total from Sheffield as well. So it kind of adds
yeah,
a whole nother dynamic to Sheffield and Nationals for us too.
yeah. It's going to be really cool. But it's really crazy that we live in a world that in 3 years, when people are saying Russ and Taylor, people are like, who?
Yeah,
Because they haven't been lifting at Worlds, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
It's crazy.
yeah. It is weird. It's a very short term thing right now. Hopefully
Yeah, it
someday
is.
it won't be, and people will be more recognized and memorable in the sport. But yeah, right now it's definitely very short term.
People didn't know who I was. Like, yeah, maybe like 3 months ago. So
Yeah,
yeah,
Yeah.
but people will know now. So that's good.
yeah.
yep.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. So for well, actually, so right now your body weight it's around that like 69 kilograms, right?
um, I had a weekend in Stockholm, so we ate a little more. Like went out with Gustav and ate, and yeah. So now I'm like, yeah, 69.5. I was 68 six
Okay.
on Friday. So yeah, starting to get a good weight.
What's kind of the weight you're trying to get down to um before Sheffield?
Kedrick wants 69. I want 68, just to make it as easy as possible to cut.
Yeah.
I could probably cut from 71 as well. Like on Worlds this year, I was 70, 76.5 before the water cut, and ended up weighing 73.5 after eating 3 dinners the day before. So
Oh, oh wow.
yeah, so there's no chance I will not weigh 66. That will be. I'm not saying it will be easy, but the problem is just life, right? I can't just train, sleep, and eat,
Yeah.
right? I can't eat, right? Because I don't have any calories. I can't sleep because I have 2 kids, right? And I can't train when I have the energy for it, right? So
Hmm.
yeah, that's the hard part. But to just when I'm sitting on the plane, getting to Sheffield, then I'm ready. Then I can sleep. I can eat a little. I can just rest.
That makes sense. Because I know that was one of the things that Panna brought up is that he didn't know if you'd even be able to make weight at 66. So that's not
I mean,
a concern at all.
I've been cutting for like down to the 74 for like the past 8-9 years. I've been to every major comp. I won everything in the sport. He's talking to me as never done this before. So like that podcast really motivated me
Yeah.
to just killing it. And I said to Ryan that Pana should be the first guest after Sheffield, and then he can tell me what type of 66 lifter I am. If he thinks what I'm doing is so impossible, just because nobody hasn't done it yet,
Yeah.
doesn't mean shit, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah.
know he said he didn't understand the hype around you as a 66 kilo lifter because you haven't done it yet and people were acting like you already did it. And
That's
because you've
true.
never
But
competed at 66.
that's true. But people can see, right?
Yeah.
I have the height for it. I have the muscle mass. Like there's no one in the 66 that is built like me. So yeah, game on. I really hope that he is lifting at Sheffield. That would
Mhm.
be really just because like there's so much thing I like about Pana. It's so important for the 66 and for powerlifting. And to just that he will be there, lifting or not lifting, to see me take that record, that would be awesome.
Yeah, he
I
might
hope that he
get
comes. I hope that he comes to me after the comp and say, okay, you did it. It was great.
Yeah.
It was actually great.
yeah.
Thank you for giving us that clip.
I mean, it'll be cool. I mean, we've talked about him a lot on here and how, I mean, he's one of the best 66s in the weight class, not only right
Yeah,
now, but kind of all time, and especially popularity wise. But I mean, comparing his total to yours right now, even, I mean, I see his point that you haven't competed as a 66 yet, but when you're doing 800 kilograms at 69 body weight, because I believe they recorded that podcast after you did the the 800, maybe not, maybe that was the Kasim San podcast that was after, but I know
yeah,
you were still doing the crazy numbers at like 70 kilos body weight, so I guess
Yeah.
him expecting you to do like 720, 730, 740 was kind of a stretch.
yeah. And I'm just wondering, like, how much can I lose on the 2 less kilos?
Yeah.
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 Like, is it like if I lose 2 more kilos, I will lose everything? I will bench 140 kilos. I will not be able to deadlift like 500 pounds. Is it how it is? He's so much taller than me. He is so much leaner than I am, even if I'm starting to get really lean as well. But we're built so differently.
Yeah.
So when he is talking about 15, it's the same that he's going to 59. It's not.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
no.
don't think
It's
he
just
could physically get to 59.
without
No.
losing a ton of muscle mass, no.
Yeah. I don't think I've lost any muscle mass at all going down.
Really.
So yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I was gonna say like all we gotta do is look at your training total at 69 kilo and Pana's training total at 69, and that
He's
should
probably he weigh probably more than I am doing that right now.
exactly. But like
So if I
Yeah.
weigh 65 and doing the same numbers, he will still say, "Hey, he's not a 66.
yeah,
He needed to get it accomplished." Like, yeah, okay, okay. How hard will it be?
yeah. But Pana in training, he's doing what like 730, 735 tops, and then you're flirting with 800, Like I don't know. Like I don't know about like the kind of argument he's trying to make that like you're gonna like you said you're gonna lose an extra 2 kilos and lose everything. That's not gonna happen.
There,
Yeah,
I think that's just ridiculous. But respect to Pana though.
yeah. And I understand why is saying what you're saying. He's a champion, right? He won worlds 2 times. He can't really just say that. Oh, Kjell is going to win it. Kjell is going to do 800. He can't
Yeah.
really say that.
Yeah,
No one in the game is saying that, right? Russ is not
Hmm.
saying that. Oh, I'm going to lose to Joe, right? Of course, he's not doing that. He wants to win. Everyone wants to win.
Yeah.
that's true. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I listened to the King of the Lifts podcast with Kasim San too, and I know that was one of the things he said was that he's looking at 800 kilograms as well, anyways, so it didn't affect him. Not for Sheffield, but in the
Oh,
future, he's planning on 800 within his range at some point as well. So
they build it. They build it up as it. He was saying that it was at Sheffield, right? But yeah, I don't think that. I think 800 will be hard when it's not benching more, right? He got a huge squat and a huge deadlift, but yeah, it's kind of hard to do 800 if you bench between 150 and 160.
Yeah. I think that's what separates you from the other 66s is how massive your bench is.
Yeah, I think that when my squat is reaching up to that level, like to 70 to 80 range,
Hmm.
it's the same if I meet Dan Clement, right? If I squat more than him, it's over. It's over for all the 66 because I know I have the biggest bench. I maybe don't have the biggest deadlift, but I probably have that too. So yeah, you need to do like at as perk, right? You have to beat me by 50 kilos in the squats.
Hmm.
Then it's a chance.
Yeah.
who what 66s even could get close to your deadlift? I think like Dan maybe. I think his best is like 323, 328 maybe, something around there.
Yeah, I
I mean,
think
you
it's
could
maybe
also.
25.
Mine,
Yeah,
not right now.
yeah. But it's custom sound. You have tool 320 in training, I think.
That's true, actually. Yeah, his
And
deadlift is getting
yeah,
up there.
so he's a really good deadlifter. And you as well is pulling like around 310, 320
Yeah, my
when
best is
you're
310.
yeah. And yeah, down comments. So that would be the closest one. After that, people are yeah, maybe like touching 300.
Yeah,
I but I don't know how many reps I can do on 300. Yeah.
yeah, that's still one of my favorite sets I ever saw. I think Dan Clements did 300 for like a set of five. That I remember when I first saw that, that blew my mind.
Yeah. Yeah, but
Um,
he's amazing.
yeah. So I know we talked about World Games a little earlier. Um, and you obviously you can't go back to World Games as a 66. So you said you'd weigh in at a very light 74. Do you do you see yourself staying 66 long term then? Or do you think you'll ever go back up to a full 74?
I will probably go up again after a while. Um, for now, I'm just thinking I will do 66 because the way down is hard, but when I'm down here, it will probably be better.
Hmm.
When I can eat like 1700 calories, that would be amazing.
Hmm.
Still low, right? But um, I will probably lift some competitions in the 74, like the Europeans,
Mm.
my nationals maybe. But yeah, for the coming year, it will be for the coming years it will be 66, probably for the next 3 4 years, I think.
Okay.
850 total.
For 66,
Yeah.
yeah, you never know, right? I
Why
think
not?
I think I think with the way I'm eating now, Um, if I went up to the 74 now, just do it like slow, I think that I can do a great total in the 74.
Yeah, I agree.
I want to see you against Perk again someday.
Yeah.
You probably will.
That'd be cool. I mean, I guess we will see it at World Games, but that won't be you as a full 74.
Yeah.
Yeah, that will be next time. So let's see after that. And maybe in some years he will go up to 83 as well. I think I give him like 2 to 3 more years and he will go up because there's really not many people to fight against in the 74. He will just be alone there.
Yeah.
And if I was Perk and I was winning 74, like, yeah, kind of easy, the all the show is in 83. That's where things happening. Was
Hmm.
if he was going up to 83, did like a 9-10 total or something, that is something he probably can do in a year or two. That would be amazing. That would be the thing he should have done.
Yeah. I
I
think,
agree.
yeah, even I know Taylor, people were trying to push him to go up to 83, and he ended up staying 74 for too long. And he said, I think on one of the podcasts, that he regretted not going 83 earlier. Um, Not only because he could have avoided all the injuries, but just the battles he could have had at 83, and just the. I mean, now obviously now he's looking good in the 83s, but if we could have saw like prime Taylor around that 838 range going up to the 83s at that time, just would have been
And that
cool
would
to see.
be, yeah. Let's just hope that he will get back to like his old Taylor.
Yeah,
He can probably do 900 as well in some years. It's not impossible.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
His 830
Taylor's
was easy.
yeah,
Yeah, it was. I think it wasn't that easy that he was telling it, but it was still easy. I don't
Yeah.
know if he could have pulled 350 back then, but maybe.
I don't
But
think
his
so.
bench
I think
was
he maybe had another 10 on the squat, maybe another 10 to 15 on the bench as well.
that would still be a great total. So he's up there, and
Yeah.
he's one of the greats. So I think that it will be really good. But I think this wasn't the statement. I think the statement will come at nationals.
I agree.
For
Yeah,
sure.
who do you who do you think will win the 83s at Sheffield? This is off topic, but I wanna hear what you have to say.
Um, it really depends, right, on who's getting the lifts. Um, if you watched after Worlds, Journeys looked really good, and but that was his first like meet that went really really great.
Hmm.
Every time you look at the lifter, you're looking at his best performance ever, right? As Russ
Hmm.
did 860. He said that it wasn't a great day at nationals, but it was a great day because
Yeah,
at Worlds he did 835. So everyone is saying that even if you have a good day, you said you can have even greater days. But you can see at competition that everything can happen. Um, so I think that Ade will take it just because he's a better bencher than both Russ and Jurens. His squat is a little lower, but I think if he squats between 310, 315, he can deadlift himself to win.
yeah,
And I think it will be some I think it will be between like 870 to 885 maybe. And that would be incredible.
yeah,
And I also, but I also think that Russ and Jurgens can be close to it as well.
Yeah.
But I think it will be Ade who was taking this time.
okay, yeah. We're gonna do a Sheffield preview show, and I think I'm very excited for that one to for all of us to give our predictions and top 12, and so that's we got a little insight on your thoughts. So
Yeah, just
I
put
think
me on
it's
top.
very interesting hearing like your perspective on these things too, because where all of us are from America, I feel like it's almost a biased perspective of what we see. So hearing,
Yeah, that's true.
yeah, hearing your thoughts, I think is just kind of, I don't know like anyone that has Ade over us, but
No,
it's probably just more of a local thing, I think.
but it's like if you're if you bring up the calculator and just put in the numbers, like where will when you see Russ's training, if he doesn't get his squats right, is he going to squat 350 at Sheffield? Probably not. Will he squat around 330? Okay, maybe have 50 more kilos than Ade would, right? And
Hmm.
Ade's benching more, and he can pull looks like 30 kilo more. So
Yeah,
I don't know how Russ is going to win, but if he do, that would be incredible. If he
yeah,
do like peak now for his most important competition in his whole life, that would be the coolest thing.
yeah, that's true. This meet means a lot for his legacy. That's what we were talking about in the
Just
last one.
Oh
Yep.
yeah.
Um, so one of the big things I wanted to ask you, I know you are looking to say 66 for the next couple of years, you said. Um,
yeah.
who are the 66s that you're watching out for that are yeah, that you're looking out for in the future? So probably in the next couple of years while you're staying in this weight class.
I'm watching out for everyone. I'm watching you, especially. No, but I think that everyone can be good. I think that many are sleeping on Kasum Sam. I think that he can do really great.
Hmm.
Um, and I think yeah, Austin is coming up. You're so young, so you can gain like 50 kilos a year. That's not impossible for you. You have yeah, you have a good coach. You have a good system behind you. You have the time. You have like everything to win, right?
Yeah,
And yeah, you're interested in the sport. You want to be as good as possible. So yeah, you can be a scary man. It's a good thing that you're 20 and haven't lifted for so many years. When you were lifting at Worlds, I was like, don't break the world record now with 30 kilos. And I wrote to you if you remember, like, yeah,
yeah. Oh, I do.
wishing you good. I was wishing you good luck because, of course, I want you to do great, but I don't want you to break the total.
That's what I did. I got just under it. So
Yeah, that was good. Good job.
thank you. You're welcome.
And,
Did him a
and the
favor.
same is, yeah, yes. But the same is going to happen now as well in 1 week. Toyota is lifting at the Asian Championship.
Mm,
So so he can break the world record then.
yeah,
So
yeah. I didn't know that was coming up so soon.
no, I didn't know either. But when I knew, I was like, fuck, is there going to be one guy now, 1 month before Sheffield, going to
Yeah,
ruin everything? So let's see what he can pull up.
yeah. That's kind of what you did to Perk for the for
No,
or no, that wasn't for Perk. That was
no,
for
for him and Pakal.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Because that was right. That was when you did the 815, right?
No, the 800. I did 800 first at at the Euros, and
Okay,
then 815 at Arnold's some months
okay.
after. Yeah. So yeah, he can or if you do, let's say it's doing 730, it it will still be enough to do 790, 800.
Yeah, yeah. If you get anywhere near 800, you're winning. I don't know
Yeah.
anyone else that could get anywhere near. If you do, I think like 782, that would be, I think 10%. So I don't know any other weight class that's touching 10%.
If the record is still 710.5, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yep.
But how cool wouldn't it be to do like 812, right? To beat it by 100 kilos. I don't think
Yeah,
that nobody has done that before.
no, I don't. I don't think so. I don't think anyone's ever beaten a open world record by 100 kilograms before.
That's
I didn't even
But
think
ridiculous.
of that. Yeah, that's
but it's possible, right?
yeah.
Like
It's
people are talking about 800. I'm thinking about 800. I'm thinking about 820. Sometimes on my calculator, I get to like 835. So I'm dreaming big, and I'm like, yeah, it really depends on how it feels in the deadlifts on the day.
Mhm.
I really don't know how much I can pull. I'm thinking about if I can squat 276 and bench 214 to get the two world records. And I already pulled like maybe 330 in my second deadlift. Yeah,
yeah,
nobody's going to take me then. So then I can just pull, yeah, whatever, right?
yeah. A
Yeah.
victory lap.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
let's see.
that's to do. What's the? Do you know what the 74 kilogram world record is?
36.
To do so, yeah, yeah. So Perk would need 920 to do 10%.
And he
So
can't
Perk
do that.
doing yeah, Perk doing 920 is equal to you doing like 780. I think
That sounds good.
I think you doing 780 is more realistic. But we'll see. I mean,
Yeah,
Perk's looking good, but
yeah, he looks good, but
I don't know if
still,
he looks. I don't know if he looks 920 good.
no, no,
because we're benching and deadlifting almost the same now.
yeah,
So it's only the squat, right?
yeah,
He got that squat.
yeah. He's not gonna squat
Yeah.
like 50 kilograms more.
Hopefully not.
You
Yeah,
never know
that's
with Burke,
crazy.
honestly.
Oh, you
Yeah,
never know. That's the crazy part. You never know.
Yeah.
yeah. Um, Noah, Asante, do you guys have any more questions, or should we get into the top five?
Um, I don't think. I think I said my piece.
Yeah. I don't think I have anything
Just
else.
give me 1 second. Let me use the restroom.
Okay,
Okay.
I
but
drank too much water.
for so on for this podcast, every time we have a guest, we want to do a top five at the end. So when we had Chris on, we asked him for the top five coaches currently. So we try to make
He
it.
gave you five coaches.
What's that?
He didn't give you five coaches. He was rambling for an hour, and it doesn't really came to any conclusion. He was too afraid to say someone. That
Did
was
you
great.
watch both of them?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I just have it on when I'm working, so I can just yeah. I love to hear podcasts. I think it's great.
Oh, really?
So yeah, yeah. So
Oh,
it's
that's cool.
yeah.
Did you did you get through it in the normal speed, or did you have to speed it up?
No, I just had it on. So yeah. But
Oh,
I
okay.
think that he used a really long time to get through those questions.
Yeah.
And then the Swedish girl he was talking about was probably Carolina Arvidsson, who is
Okay.
the yeah, I think the national. I think it was her that he meant, but he really didn't want to say any names. I don't know why, but yeah.
Yeah, he was trying to be careful. He was trying to be very politically correct.
But it really doesn't matter, right? If you think that Joe is best, then you think Marcellus, and then you think Mike Teixeira. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's okay. You think that Mike T cares? Probably not.
Yeah.
Wait, I did want to ask you another question though. I wrote it
Yeah.
down. And I forgot I wrote it down. So my other thing. So with your work life gym balance, how does that go for you? Because there's a lot of guys here, and like I shouldn't say a lot of guys, the top guys, top lifters, where they don't really have to worry too much about work, kids, stuff like that. Like some of their jobs are to go to the gym and make content, or maybe they work a desk job and they just trade crypto or something. Like there's a lot of big lifters that do stuff like that. So I guess how do you manage that? Because that's a big thing for them just to be able. It's a really almost perfect work or the gym, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, that's really not my life. Like a normal day for me, it's like waking up at 7 every morning, taking my kid to kindergarten. My second kid isn't that old yet, so she's not going. So my wife is home with her, and yeah, working 8 to 4 at a pharmaceutical company. So I'm doing the export for them. So it's the whole day is like uh, going around lifting boxes and just shipping things out. So it's kind of a hard work all day long. So it's not that perfect for lifting, right?
Hmm.
So it's kind of a hard job, but it's okay. It's I was a personal trainer for many years, but then my whole life was about training, right? So it's really good to just be at work and then you don't have to focus on anything, right? You can just do. And getting home, get my kid home from kindergarten, trying to play with her and be with her, trying to get her to bed. That's hell, right? It's hard having a toddler is running out and yelling and screaming and everything is yeah. And getting her to sleep. Sometimes my wife is getting her to sleep. Sometimes it's me. And when the clock is yeah around 8 9 at night, I'm going down to train. And then I train for yeah 1.5 2 hours. Then I'm going to get my steps to get up to 15 20,000, and then I go with the dog after that. And I'm also trying to yeah I'm doing web coaching as well. So yeah, there's a lot of things is happening between like the 12 hours that I'm up. So it's always something happening. It's like right before I started this podcast now, yeah, we got our kid to bed, right? And yeah, so it's kind of hectic.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sounds
that's
like it.
crazy that you're able to train and compete at such a high level too.
Yeah, the good thing about Norway is that when I'm going to out to compete, the federation is paying for me. So I don't
Mm,
need the SPD to pay like for my trips and everything. And when
Wow.
I'm out, when I'm off work, they're paying me when I'm at competitions. That's a good thing. That
Yeah.
makes it more easier to like to go right because there isn't that much money in the sport. Of course, it is at Sheffield, but not the other comps. So that I can go to Worlds and yeah, I don't use any vacation days. I don't get less money, so it's a good thing. And
Yeah.
like
Well,
we're living in a big house. We have cars. We have everything we want, right? The only thing we that of course I miss to use more time on the sport, but I'm in a time of my life now that I can't really change, like having the kids and having everything like that. I really love that time too. I just think it's cool to that I can do both things and that I also can 1 day a week I can go out to train. Just my wife's taking the kids and I can just go out and train for 4 or 5 hours, right? To have a long session, see other people. But 95% of the days are like work, 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 kids, sleep. Yeah.
wow. Busy
I wanted
schedule.
to. I really wanted to make a video like Russ did, like a day in the life,
mm.
like when he was waking up 7:30 and just standing in the shower and singing. I will wake up by a crying kid, right, who's screaming in my ear, and yeah, everything that happens through the day, it's crazy. But yeah, I wouldn't change it for anything in the world.
Yeah, that's good.
It's awesome.
I'll look out for that video.
Yeah, I just need time to get the content right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't
yeah.
have that much time, so yeah, I'm trying to, and also trying to show you more of my life because after I started with uh, trying to talk to the camera, right, and just trying that out. People gave me so much feedback that they really like hearing my thoughts and yeah, what I was doing in the day, what I was eating, how I train. Yeah, it's cool that people think it's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, those I remember when you posted all those on your story, just where people were asking you everything, and it was I mean it's always interesting to me to just hear from different backgrounds and different people in the sport. So I don't know. I thought it was cool to listen through all of them and just hear what you go through. Even stuff like this, just sitting down and talking with you and getting kind of your background, how you got into it, and where you're at now is always enjoyable.
Yeah, yeah, thanks.
But do you wanna get into the top five now? We want
Well,
to. So we won't do the coaches one. Um, but we wanted to ask you who your top five 66 kilogram lifters are right now. So not future, not what people are going to do in the future, just right now. Who do you think are the top five 66 kilogram lifters?
with me or without me? Is this Pana saying or me saying?
This is with you. This is with
With
you.
you. Yeah, with
With you,
you.
yeah.
We all know that I will be number one, so we can just we don't even think that we don't even need to take it in consideration right now because I'm not
Yeah.
losing 100 kilos on my
Yeah,
last 2 kilos of body weight.
yeah.
We all know that. Nobody can say anything else. But number one right now is probably Dan Clements.
Okay.
But I haven't seen any training footage from him in a while.
Mm,
So it's kind of a joker right now, really. I really don't. So let's put the Dan Clements away because I don't know what's happening with him. Do you guys know anything?
yeah, I'm not sure.
Oh,
I don't know anything.
He did that one SVD meet. Um,
Yeah, he did a rally. Yeah, actually, yeah, he did kind of great.
yeah,
What did he do? 7:15 or something?
7:17
7:17.
and a half. Yeah.
Yeah, 7:17. Yeah.
But since then,
Okay.
there hasn't been anything.
No. But then, yeah, with that mid, I would probably set him at first. Or I put Katum San at first, actually.
Okay.
Dan Clement second.
Okay.
Austin, number three. And Jonathan at four. And I think that's um uh, um he's American, but he's not lifting for the US.
Joe
Joe
Oh,
Jordan.
Jordan.
Joe Jordan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Joe Jordan. Yeah, as number five.
Okay.
No Panda?
Number six.
Okay.
I like that list. Not
Okay.
not biased. I like that list.
That's a good
He
list,
will
yeah.
be he will be seventh after me then. So yeah.
I
That's
like it.
awesome.
Do we want to give our top fives then too? We can go
Sure.
Yeah, you
pretty.
need to know.
Yeah, we'll go quickly. We'll who starts?
I'll start it
Go
off.
ahead. Austin. Oh, okay.
Um, okay. Number one, Shell. Um, Number two, I'm gonna put Dan Clements. Um, just from like what I saw at the SBD Raleigh and at Raw Nats a year ago with the 745 total or whatever. Um, Number three, I think I will put John Garcia. Number four, Austin Nikolai. And then number five, hold on, I'm missing someone.
You didn't
Doesn't
put Kasim Sand in it.
Okay, all right. Let me scratch out John Garcia. Replace replace him with Kasim San, and then
That's the
John
first.
Garcia four. Austin Nikolai 5.
Well, I got Shell 1, Dan Clements 2. I think similar, just especially with at Raw Nationals, I think being there competing against him too, seeing the 7:45.5 that he did, especially with him being, I know a big argument was that he wasn't 66 and he was competing as a 67.5, but I think he weighed in at like
That,
66.6.
yeah, that sounds like a Pana argument, right?
Yeah.
You would weigh 600 grams over, so you don't even close. That's crazy to say.
And I think he like ate a whole breakfast the morning of the meet too. So he could have made
Yeah,
66.
he very easily could have been at 66 that day.
Yeah. Yeah. So I got Dan Clements at 2. I have Kasim Sand at 3. I would put John Garcia at 4. Um, he won Nats last year, plus his training looks like it's going really well right now, especially his bench. Um, and then I'm putting Pana 5. I'll put Pana 5.
Ooh. Oh, one thing.
Yep.
I heard the podcast with Jonathan Garcia. He had for some weeks ago, and then the host was telling him about like me going down to 66, and he asked him like, "Yeah, Jonathan, what do you think about Chelsea going down to 66 for Sheffield?" And he was like, "Shell who? I haven't heard about it." And I'm like, if you haven't heard about that and you're into powerlifting, you're delusional.
Yeah, yeah. That it's
That's
I
especially
know exactly what everyone is doing in the class because
Mhm.
that's important
yeah,
to me to know.
yeah.
If you're doing when you did the 310 before Worlds, I was like, ah, you can do this later. You don't need to do this now. I'm trying to follow everyone, right? Because I care, because it's important for me to know.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
he doesn't know that I will come down. He was I was talking to him some months before that, just telling him like, it really sucked at Worlds. It will be good to see you lift at World Games. And I was like, you probably don't know who I am, but yeah, I lifted in the 74 kilo class because nobody knows who I am in a weird, yeah. And he was like, oh, of course I know who I am. But he's asking at the podcast, he doesn't know who I am. That sounds really
Oh
crazy.
yeah. That's crazy.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah,
He left Asante
in
on red
denial.
too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man.
You DM'd him?
Huh?
No, you
You
don't
DM'd
remember
him?
that? He was
Oh,
talking about
I
Yeah,
NAPFs.
I was asking for information about like NAPFs, and
yeah.
he responded to my first message, and then when I asked the actual question, he just didn't respond. Bro, fuck that guy, man.
Well,
Yeah.
he called. What did he say? Didn't he say like, "What's up, buddy"?
Yeah, call me buddy. I'm a grown ass man.
And then
You
just
ain't no
doesn't
grown.
respond to you. Oh, that's so
I
Uh,
hope
funny.
that he writes to me after Sheffield as well. Just okay, sorry, I didn't know who he was. Okay, let's see. Just
Also,
look at the
John
total
Garcia,
record.
if you happen to be listening to this, it's just jokes. I'm not actually saying fuck you. I respect you and I love you.
can't take that
And
back, bro.
Yeah,
What?
No,
we're
now you said it. Now you said it. You said fuck you.
Yeah.
all right, never mind. I can't take it back. Fuck you, John Garcia. It is what it is. Sorry, but I don't hate you.
Uh,
uh,
all right. Well, should I get on with my list?
yeah, yeah. Say yours.
Yeah. So number one, Shell. Number two, I'm putting Kassem Sand because we don't know what's going on with Dan right now.
Yeah,
Dan's in the past, in my opinion. So Shell, Kassem Sand. I'd put Nikolai number three. Um, Probably John 4 and 5. I guess I'd put Pana there because of his last meet.
Yeah.
But I put Nikolai over Jonathan because not because of what I think he can do, but it's Jonathan. So yeah, that's literally it. That's the only reason. I'm 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 Nikolai's biggest fan, so I got to put him somewhere.
Yeah. That's
I do
that's
believe
that's
you're in the top five. Like no joke. Like you are definitely top five in my opinion.
yeah. W Glaze.
Yeah.
Well, at nationals, at Powerlifting America Nationals this year, I remember Charlie Yang, his last deadlift to pull ahead of Jonathan Garcia. Every single person, I think, wanted him to deadlift that just because everyone loves Charlie. And I
Hmm.
felt bad for Jonathan Garcia in like the back room because he was just sitting back there watching and everyone was cheering against him. And then Charlie misses it and he walks back there and everyone's around Charlie. Like there's just no one around
Oh,
him.
but I really don't know Charlie that much. How is he now?
I
Is
think
he a
he's injured.
contender? Yeah, okay, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
So he will
and
not
I
compete
think
at nationals.
I'm not sure if he will or not. I don't even think he cares about powerlifting. He's like
He does.
yeah, he has the natural talent of like he's insane. He'll take like 3 months off training and then he'll jump into a meet and do over 700.
Well,
Yeah.
all he
He-
does is like pickleball and rave.
That's true. That's true.
No joke, bro. He raves harder than he powerlifts.
yeah.
And pickleballs.
Yep, pickleballs too. He always
Yeah.
in those tournaments.
Austin, do you think you can win nationals next year?
Do I think I can?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we're going for. I'm not doing junior nationals next year. We're going all in for open. So yeah,
Yeah, you
that's
should.
that's the goal. Feeling
What
good
will
right
be
now.
the? Yeah, yeah, it looks good.
Thank you.
Well, what will be the winning total?
Um, I don't think it'll be over 750. I don't think anyone will be over 750. Um, I think around like 7 740 maybe. Um, I think
That's a good jump,
Dan,
anyway.
yeah, I think Dan could be around 740. I don't think he'll get past his best. Um, Morgan is looking really good right now. Um, but I don't know if he'll be past that. And then yeah,
Forgot about
Charlie's
Morgan.
kind of out of it. So I think around 740.
Sounds good.
And then actually I wanted to ask you, do you know who Luke McCain is? Have you ever heard of Luke McCain?
I don't think so.
That's someone you gotta look for. He's
Yeah.
Okay.
he's my up and coming powerlifting goat.
Okay.
Yeah,
What
he's
class?
a he's a he's a 66.
Yeah, sub, right? Probably.
Yep, yep. I think he's a junior now.
Is he
Now he
18
is.
or
Now
19?
he's 18.
Mm,
I think he's
I was
2 years
gonna
younger than Austin. He might be turning 19 really soon though.
Yeah,
okay.
something like that.
what is it called on Instagram? Luke.
Um, I'm not even sure. It's like 67x Luke is his Instagram.
Yes.
Yeah, 67x Luke. Yeah.
But yeah, he did 700 under 66 kilos, I think, at the Arnold. Um, at the time, he had like the highest dots point ever by a teenager. And
Yeah, I can see.
yeah, but his training's looking good. I think he tripled like 600 on deadlift pause recently. Plus, he's benching
Yeah,
like
that's good.
360.
He's a good squatter and a good deadlifter, and yeah, the bench is as all the others 66.
Yep.
He needs to get everyone needs to get their bench up.
I
That's
know
the problem,
that's,
right?
yeah, that's my
Like
problem.
How much do you think you have to squat to beat me?
To beat you,
Yeah.
like 400 kilograms. No, I don't know what I would need with my what's that?
You go ahead. Sorry,
I
I was thinking.
I think that's for 800
You'd
with
need more than 300 kilo squat, man.
yeah,
Yeah,
for
low key.
with my bench where it's at, well, even if I bench like 160, I would still need, yeah, that'd still be a 300 kilo squat and a 340 deadlift. Yeah, it's the bench has got to climb.
Dude, I thought you were gonna. I said this last pod, but like when you hit 330 or when you hit 150, I was like, man, this guy's gonna bench the red
Oh
next
yeah,
year,
yeah,
and that was this year.
yep, yep, yep. Hey, I'll be at my bench strength at 21, 22 years old will be Shell when he was 18.
Yeah, but like you're so young anyway, and for some lifters, bench just takes a lot of time, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, I'm saying I'm better than you right now, but like you're 15 years so younger than me, right? You could have
yeah,
been my son. So it's just crazy that you're lifting those numbers. I couldn't lift those numbers like 3 years ago. So yeah, all props to you.
I
So
appreciate it.
yeah,
Thank you.
you had the time on your side, and I'm just an old guy trying to hold you guys back, right?
Yeah, well, you're setting the bar pretty high for us, so
Yeah.
I'm trying to.
yeah, yeah. Well, I think this was fun. Thank you very much for your time. I know
Yeah.
you're busy, as you said.
Yep.
I know it's late for you. What time is it for you right now?
It's 10:30. So yeah, we don't use the AM, PM kind of things, but it's midnight and 1 hour and 30 minutes. So
Well,
I'm going out to get my steps in. So I have, yeah, 7,000 more steps waiting.
Bro,
wow.
Damn.
So
How long does that take? Like, how long do you have to go walk for now?
probably an hour or something.
Wow.
wait,
That's not
where
too
do
bad.
you walk outside or
Yeah.
is it like? I mean, I'm ignorant to the Norwegian, climate, but is there
It's
snow?
cold as fuck. It's not
Okay,
it's not snow yet, but it's cold as fuck.
gotcha.
Yeah. That's just what I had to do.
Yeah,
Yeah, there we go.
it's inspiring.
Facts.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hope you got what you wanted for the day, and sorry if my English is not American good, but yeah,
No,
No,
it
it
was
was that was
just
perfect.
It's a
yeah.
perfect. Yep.
Yeah.
I have no complaints.
that was
Even if it wasn't perfect, I wouldn't have complaints.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. No, we
yeah,
we all appreciate it a lot. It was
yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
Thank
no,
you.
it was really good. It was really good. It's just keep on doing what you're doing. It's really cool just to hear you guys out, and just continue with the spicy ones. The fuck you, Jonathan Garcia. The fuck with the pana. Like yeah, it's like
Uh,
just for fun. Like we're doing powerlifting, right? We're not fighting each other.
Yeah.
Nobody's
Yeah.
hating each other. It's just for fun, right? And it's just yeah, we want to see people that inspire, people that are dreaming, people are trying just to do something that nobody else has done before. That's the thing that I'm trying. Yeah, I'm talking about 800. I'm talking about like yeah, I don't have any limits, right? And I think that's the reason that I'm at that level. Like if you can just take like a short story, right?
Yeah.
When I met when I lifted against Taylor in 2017, and he was cocky as fuck, and I did beat him, and I was cocky back. He was just flying back to the US, and I didn't hear a thing, right? And he was training his ass off to come back. And after that win, I really didn't think that Raw was any special. I tried one Worlds, I won kind of easy, and I was thinking like, okay, I can just do something else. I'm not that motivated, but Taylor was, and Taylor came back, won Worlds 18, and then we came to Worlds 19, and he was so much better than me. Then he did the 790.5, and I did like 730, and that was like, for someone doing those kind of numbers back then, I gave up for some years because I knew that I would never do numbers like that. Even before last year, I was thinking that if I can do 800 in my career, that would be amazing.
Wow.
And when I did 800, I was like, okay, I can do 850. People talking about Perk doing 851. I'm like, I'm not scared. I'm not scared of anyone. I just want to try to do the special comps, trying to be the best. Just to be at Sheffield is one of the biggest things I would do in my powerlifting career, and that I can be there at 36. I'm turning 37 that year. That is kind of crazy, and
Damn.
it's crazy that I can win as well. It's it's a fairy tale.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
awesome.
I'm so glad that I'm so glad that I didn't give up, or I kind of did in 2019, and I've been through so many injuries, been through having kids, having a wife, having a house, having so much responsibility, right? But there's nothing really that can stop me now because you can't there can't be anything more that people can push on me because I already have everything, right? So I think it's cool as well that people like you guys that are so young actually want to have a guy like me on the podcast, even if it's a kind of a hype now in front of Sheffield. It's still right. It's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was,
we'll have to get you
is it?
back on after too. We'd love to have you
Yeah.
anytime. So
And if I do what I'm hoping for, even if I do 760, I've blown away the 66 class anyway.
yeah,
But yeah, but when I come back, I've done 800, 800 plus. Then we will have a good reply for Pab and Jonathan.
yep.
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 Maybe we'll have to
It
get
was
you back on. We'll have to get you back on after nationals too. We'll do a preview of us going head to head at Worlds.
I mean, it's cool. It was really fun playing with you guys. It was you're good guys.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
Thank you
you.
you.
very much.
Yeah, yeah, it was fun.
Sweet.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yep.
Yeah, it was good.
All right. Well, let's
All right.
ready to wrap it up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Alrighty. Thank you guys for
See you
tuning
guys.
into episode 7 of the Podium. Thank you, Shell, again for your time. Catch you guys next week.
yeah.
Peace.
See
ya.
ya.